everybody, thanks for tuning in. Getting ready to pack up for my first hike of the season tomorrow morning. Super stoked. It's going to be with my friend Jess and her partner, and then my friend Andrew, who has flown in from Chicago. We haven't seen each other in a while, with COVID. He's been staying there. My friend and I, because of, potential exposures and trying to keep safe, we haven't been able to hang out or whatever. So, we really didn't do much in the way of the winter hiking season with each other. So we're really stoked to be able to do this in what is kind of right now like a fake spring here in Pennsylvania. So it's supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow, right around low 40s. So should be a good time. So get ready to pack up to make sure that I have everything. Because, like when you haven't done this in a while, it's really easy to kind of forget. You get into a routine by like mid-season, but in the beginning, you're always like, wait, what do I have? So get ready to pack up, and figured I'd show you guys what I take along on a hike. All right, so getting ready for the hike, I've got my backpack and my camera bag. I made sure that the batteries were all charged. I did that throughout the day so that I'll have that. Basically, just have a DSLR camera. It's one that I've had for a while. I do carry a separate zoom lens so that if I've got something I want to see from further away, I can get some really nice shots there. And then I have a really cheap action cam right here that I got on like Wish for like 20 bucks, $25. Does the bill, honestly gives like a really clean image, so I can't complain. Just kind of gives me an extra little something if I want to play around with that. And then I've got my backpack, real basic with that. We're only going to be hiking for about 2.5, 3 hours, so I don't need a lot. It's a really simple day hike. So I carry like a selfie stick, and this one actually has a tripod on the bottom, which is nice if I want to take pictures of my friends and myself during this, and it just makes it a little bit easier to walk when I'm doing that. And then in the way of snacks, as I mentioned before, I don't need a lot, so really all I have for tomorrow is just some peanut butter crackers and then a pack of pretzels. Certainly if I was going to be out all day, I might pack lunch even. I believe my friends might pack a little bit more, kind of depending on what their needs are. I mean, food is fuel, so you don't want to go out there and be like, oh, I'm just going to like tough it out, or I'm going to hike fast. It doesn't make any sense. So, but the key is grab what you like. So, if you're not into energy gels and stuff, grab something that you enjoy. Like I would normally eat peanut butter crackers and pretzels, so that's what I'm going to take out on the trail. If somebody just wants to take granola bars, they can do that. Certainly, trail mix is great. And then inside the bag, I carry a couple basic things. So like toilet paper for those nature trips. And I do keep it in a bag so that I always pack out whatever I pack in. So if I have to use the facility, so to speak, in nature, I'm going to make sure I pack that out and throw that away. I'm not going to bury anything. And then I do carry a phone charger for myself, and this particular one has inputs for both Androids and iPhones, so I like it so that even if I don't need it, but if a friend needs a charge, they can have it. And honestly, I carry this more just as in case. I'd rather have it and not need it, that if I ever got jammed up or I got hurt and my phone was on low, that's not something that I have to worry about, is whether or not my phone's going to die on me. And then I do carry an extra cord in there just in case. And really, the only other thing that I'm going to carry is a vest. And I carry that, honestly, just as an extra layer in case the temperature dips or whatever. As I mentioned, tomorrow, it's supposed to be like in the 40s, so it should be okay with whatever I pack in the way of clothes, but I always like to make sure, so an extra layer never hurts. The only other really big decision I have to make is in the way of base layers. So, this time of year, layering is always your best bet. That way, if it gets too warm or too cold, you have those options. So, my go-to is always a mid-length base layer. And I like this one in particular because it does zip down like really far. It's almost like a 3/4 zip and opens up, but then it's also got the nice collar, a little bit higher, kind of like a mock turtleneck. So it helps keep the warmth in, but then with that zipper, I can like vent it up and down depending on what's going on. And then depending on how cold it is, I also have a higher, like a thinner layer that I can throw on outside of it too. And if my hands get cold, which I suspect, it does have thumb holes in the bottom that I can use. I tend not to hike with gloves on. I have an easier time, honestly, tucking my hands into my sleeves, so those will work. And then I just have a neck gaiter. And always been a fan of those, but it's nice because again, it helps keep my neck warm, which tends to keep my body warmer than normal. And then if we stop somewhere, and we probably will afterwards, I usually will double or triple it up and then just use that as a mask. So really that's kind of all I need. Like I said, it's the start of the season, so I don't need to carry a whole lot. I do have water that I will grab in the morning. Right now it's sitting in the fridge. And really, that's morning, everybody. It is now Saturday morning, getting ready for my hike. It's going to be about a half hour till my friends come pick me up. So getting the last bits of my gear together. It's currently 35 degrees Fahrenheit here. Probably be about the same where we're going. We're going a little bit higher up in elevation, but it is supposed to warm up to the low 40s today. And it's supposed to be sunny, so that does make a huge difference. 40, 45 and sunny feels much, much warmer than 40, 45 and all clouds. So I've got two jackets and I'll show you which ones that I'm thinking about. All right, so my first one here is my typical winter jacket, basic Merrell jacket that I picked up for hiking. Super warm, but not real thick, which I like. And of course my favorite color of orange. And then my second one is this one that I actually picked up for bicycling, but it's a great hiking jacket too. As you can see, it's super thin, so no possibility of like any extra bulk, but despite it being thin, it's also crazy warm, and it also has a hood too, which I like. A lot of cycling jackets don't come with a hood. I wish more did, to be honest, to kind of tuck underneath a helmet. But for hiking, this one, certainly through the fall, had been my go-to. So as I mentioned yesterday, I may just bring both of them with me in the car, and then when we get there, make that decision. We've arrived at the site. We're getting our stuff unloaded. Jess actually decided to bring a bag with her that was a little bit less expensive. So, but it looks like it's a really great looking bag. So, I mean, like you said, it was how much?
I got it for like $10, but it was Prime Day. It's currently $18.99 on Amazon.
Okay.
And it folds up into itself. So I got it mainly because I wanted to have like a travel backpacking bag. But it's going to be my first time using it. The first things I noticed is it doesn't have dual zipper, like double zipper, so you have to be careful when you unzip it that stuff doesn't fall out. But, and it doesn't have a water bladder, attachment hole. But otherwise, we'll see how it goes.
All right, cool. Good. So all right, so definitely still got some frozen stuff, so we'll definitely have to be careful with this. Markings look like they're yellow trails, so we'll follow those.
They did have a little run through the
snow.
Man, it's absolutely beautiful out here today. Kind of see it in the background here. Sun's peeking through. Kind of can't ask for better hike on a late winter day than this.
That was like a big hole. Like they were like, we don't do that here. Like,
So we're having slight disagreement as to which direction the trail is going, and the way the directions were telling us was like super steep, and we've kind of all decided that an ER trip is not how we want to end this trip today. Unfortunately, I missed the wonderful Princess Bride reference that Justice made, but yeah, we're trying to avoid anything like that, so we're just going to keep going in this direction, and hopefully that is the much safer route. Alright, so it looks like we definitely found something, a good water spot, so we are going to go check that out. Absolutely love the sound of rushing water. Just so peaceful. Places like this, you know, when I go hiking, honestly, I could spend hours here and it wouldn't even faze me. I think it's probably one of my favorite things to do, you know, when I am outdoors. Like, to me, this is the best part about being outdoors, is seeing things like this and just experience it and really being immersed in it. Mission to see a waterfall accomplished, so I am happy. Doomsday prepping going on behind me back here. I don't claim to understand. Just wants to know if you're going to do a polar plunge, Matt. Amazing what you can get when you actually turn on a camera and the things that you can see, but this is absolutely gorgeous behind me. I mean, check that out. Check out that sky. Check out that water. Still some ice in the center.
What you should invest in is a brewery.
Somebody liked your parking style, and well, also parking over here where the mud wasn't too. All right, back at the car. So we're now changing out. Most of us have an extra pair of shoes, have something a little bit more comfortable on. Definitely going with the lighter layer was the way to go. So I'm super glad that that was the one that I chose, as opposed to the heavier one. I think it would have been way too hot even in the shaded areas. So, yep. So we're all gonna just kind of switch out our shoes and then jump in the car and head up that coffee shop. right, back home after an absolutely amazing day. Great company, great conversation, good coffee at the end. Totally worth it. Perfect pairing. Can't ask for a better day. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. If you are into it, like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to doing more journeys with you. Take care, Terrapins.